Hello, mathematicians. This is Mr. Mailhot. Let's do some math. Oh my gosh, we got left off on such a cliffhanger. My video cut out. And actually, when I went to re-record it and I watched it back, I caught a mistake that I made. So you guys, I make mistakes too. Mine was a simple negative sign mistake, and it was this first problem, number 17, that we left off on. By the way, if you've watched this far, you'll catch this. If you catch a mistake in one of my videos, maybe I multiplied wrong or forgot a negative or whatever, email me with the video and the timestamp of what time the mistake was. So like 3 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever it is. Email me the mistake, and if you're right, if you did catch a mistake, I'll give you a little extra credit for that. It's good to catch mistakes and fix them, okay? Let's keep going. We were talking about, should we flip the sign here? Well, did we multiply or divide by a negative on each side? We did, you guys. It was this big ugly fraction, negative 6/5, but it's negative. Now, we already did the math, so this is just x, and let's see, negative 90 divided by 5 would be negative 18, but this sign needs to flip. That was the mistake I made, by the way. That should be negative 18. So that means negative 18 goes in the middle. Closed circle, and we want numbers less than negative 18. So arrow pointing to the left for less than. Let's do number 18. Remember, I like to do this just to keep stuff looking nice. First step, add 2 to both sides to cancel out the minus 2, the constant term of minus 2. Cancel out. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Bring down the 5x. Negative 7 plus 2 more is negative 5. Did we divide or multiply by negative? Nah, stays the same. Less than or equal. Next step, divide by 5 on both sides because 5x means times 5. The 5's cancel and we're left with just x. Oh, not negative 5. We're just dividing by 5, not negative 5. Ooh, good catch. Some of you almost were about to email me, huh? Negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1. Now, did we divide by a negative number? I mean, we got a negative number. This is negative, and this was negative. But did we divide by a negative number? No. We divided by 5, and 5's positive. So the sign stays the same. Let's put negative 1, filled in circle, and it says x is less than or equal to negative 1. Number 19. Number 19 is, there's some of my favorites, ones that look like this because they look so simple, but there's a little, not trick, they can trick you up because they are almost so simple they make you overthink things. Let's get rid of this 6 first. It's a positive 6, so that means we're going to subtract 6. 6, take away 6 is 0. Now you need to bring down the negative x. You can't just leave a negative sign hanging out in the inequality. It's part of the problem, so bring it down also. 14 minus 6 is 8. Did we multiply by a negative? No, we subtracted, but not multiply or divide, so sign stays the same. Now how do we get this negative x to become a positive x? Well, remember, you can always think of this as 1x, and in this case, negative 1x. And we know that when there's a coefficient, a number in front of the variable, that it means multiplying. So to undo that, we can divide by negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is just positive 1, which would actually leave us with just x, 1x. And 8 divided by negative 1 is negative 8. Now, did we just divide by a negative? We did. We had to get the x positive, to just get x. We don't want negative x, we just want x. Since we divided by a negative, the sign flips, which means x has to be greater than or equal, filled in circle, line going to the right for numbers greater than or equal to negative 8. Last one, number 20. Bar off your inequality signs so you have room to write them. Let's solve it by subtracting 4 first. Bring down this negative 1/3 x. Did we divide by a negative or multiply? We subtracted, but we didn't divide or multiply, so sign stays the same. 11 minus 4 is 7. To get rid of a fraction, multiply by its reciprocal. That means flipped upside down, which in this case is negative 3 over 1. Don't forget the negative signs. You got to have them. If they're part of the problem, you got to keep them. And you might already jump ahead. Aren't we multiplying by a negative here? So we're going to have to flip the sign. Sometimes it's good to, if you know you're going to flip it, just flip it for the next step so you don't forget. Okay, we know here when we multiply by reciprocals, they cancel out. You just get 1, right? You do 3 and 3, and 3 over 3 is 1, so just x is left, 1x. Over here, 7 divided by 1, or you make it into fraction, put it over 1. Multiply across. Let's see, that's going to have a 1 on the bottom, and 3 times 7 is 21, but the 3 was negative, so negative 21 over 1, which is just negative 21. So your center of your number line, negative 21, open circle, and it says x is less than negative 21. Okay, you do need to do the rest of the problems on here. If you want to rewatch the video, work together on this. I trust you guys. You're doing awesome. Remember, you learn and you get smarter by doing, not just watching. So now go do some math. Bye.